again. Today we're talking about making life fun no matter what, and that's what we're going to concentrate on this week. You know, even in dire circumstances, we can find the element of fun and pleasure. You know, if you're visiting a friend or family member that are even in the most dire circumstances and they're not expected to pull through, those are the times when we really need to pull out the pleasure in life. We need to remind them who they were, what they stood for, how we loved them, how they improved our lives. And remembering those things bring pleasure to us. It brings back the fond memories and the good times. You know, we get into this rut of despair and apathy that life owes us. You know, the government owes me this. It owes me that. It should pay my way for everything. No one owes you anything, especially your government, especially your country. The only person that owes you is you. You owe yourself fun and pleasure no matter what. And the only person that can give it to you is you. You know, do you notice when apathy and despair rule our lives, that we're always fatigued, we're never happy, people stop coming around to visit, we don't do anything with ourselves, we stay in our pajamas or don't even get out of bed? Yeah, but when we're happy and find the fun and pleasure in things, our skin begins to glow, our weight comes to a nice, healthier spot. Friends come back because they love being around a happy, joyful person. And the happier and more joyful you are, the more people that are drawn to you. So we need to break out of that rut and get back to our happy and find the pleasure. When we inject the fun into everything we do, it's like drinking fine wine or champagne. It's like having that most scrumptious, delicious, mouth-watering meal at a five-star restaurant. It becomes so much more than we could possibly wish for. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like this every day, and it takes an awful lot of work to get even close to that. But the more you actively pursue injecting fun into your life, the easier it will come and the more often you'll have it. You know, when we're happy inside and inject that fun, our eyes begin to sparkle and glow. And people really notice that when that changes in your life, and they'll comment on it, and they'll ask you what you're doing, and that's your opportunity to share what we do in Life of Our Dreams and the New Feminine Paradigm arena. We want people to find the happy, the good, to follow their dreams, to find their dreams, to live their dreams. Joy and laughter are so important for good health. Now, when we're down all the time, we eat junk food. I do this a lot, especially when the hormones are flowing. The only thing I want is junk food, sodas, chips, cookies. But when I'm happy and joyful and out enjoying my life and my hormones are well, you know, I'm drinking more water, I'm eating more fruits, more veggies. So it really does tie into our whole body and how our bodies react to stress and pleasure. Now, if you want life to change for the better, we have to actively inject that fun. Fun comes in all different forms, like watching your favorite movie. Maybe you have a marathon of movies that you watch that you love. You know, you go through a whole box of tissues because it brings us joy to your heart. Or so, you know, she finally gets what she's always wanted in life type of movie. No, it's to drawing silly faces on your mirror in the morning. It makes you laugh or smile first thing. It's volunteering at a youth camp or at your local school or park or wherever, and you're around children, and the laughing and the giggling is so contagious that you're laughing and giggling along with them. It's going to a retirement home and listening to the stories of the generations before us. They didn't have all the modern luxuries we had. Some of them are still from the Depression area, and the stories of what they had to go through is just so enlightening, so important to who we are in the past and where we're going in the future. Fun can be putting on a hazmat suit and scrubbing down the house after the whole family's had the flu. It's putting on French maid's outfit to do the dusting and house cleaning. It's putting on a ball gown to go out and mow the lawn. Fun can be playing hopscotch with the neighbor kids outside, or just play hopscotch by yourself. It's jumping rope, riding bikes, just things that you love to do and haven't done in forever because, well, life has gotten in the way and we think we're just too adult now to do it. We need to revert back to childhood and remember those things that we love, those things that brought us joy. Fun doesn't happen overnight, as I said. We have to truly work at it and truly make it a priority. It's a habit others will try to break, because when you're around negative people, negativity breeds negativity, and some people just like being negative and, the poor me syndrome. And so they will try to pull you back into that rut of apathy, poor me, everybody owes me. And you're just going to have to tell them that you're on a new path in life, that you want something more than what is here and now. And invite them to join along, Start slowly. Bring flowers into the house. Put them by your bedside so you see them in the morning when you wake up or right before you go to bed. Put them in your living room. Put them in your kitchen. Put them in your bathroom. Beauty has such an uplifting effect on us. It can be daisies from the field next door. Perhaps you're growing your own flowers. Bring some of those in. And maybe there's a rose or something lying on the road. Pick it up, bring it home, baby it, tend it, give it love. And it'll bring joy. Leave your work area at lunchtime. Go out, get some fresh air. Or if you can't go out, just go to a different area. Go to somebody else's office, have lunch with them. Go someplace secluded and have your lunch there. Breaking our routines helps bring an element of surprise to our lives. It makes our brains work a little harder. And when our brains are firing and trying to figure out new things, it brings those endorphins up and helps us get to that happy place. For lunch, bring your own lunch. Bring real dishes, real silverware, real glasses to eat your lunch on. Or buy the pretty plastic ones. Don't go just the routine, mundane, blah. Make it pretty. Something that makes you smile. Something that makes you feel special. Peanut butter jam on Grandma's china is wonderful because you're having lunch with Grandma. It's easy as that. Bring your coworker a coffee. It could be coffee you brewed at home. There's all sorts of recipes for all sorts of drinks and coffees on the internet. Whip one of those up, bring one for both of you. You'll lift them. The more they're lifted, the happier they are, the happier work goes. Get a book that you've been longing to read. I have a couple of book series that I absolutely love. It's time travel and romance. And they just take me back into a time where possibilities exist. The possibilities of, what if this changed in history? How would today be perceived and lived? What if I were able to travel somewhere? How would I survive? How would I get along? Could I fit in? What if someone from the past came forward to today? How would we deal with that? All these little stories that we can put ourselves in, take ourselves on, that brings us to a happy place. And we role play at situations in life, and those situations may or may not occur in real life, but we're prepared because we've reenacted them in our minds. change your hair color. I find something as simple as changing my fingernail polish to something more lively when I'm down really boosts my morale and my energy. I like to wear nude colors, soft colors. But if I'm feeling down, I will put on a bright pink, a bright green, a bright purple, and boom, I'm ready to go. You know, paint every toenail a different color. Nobody's gonna see it with your shoes on, so who cares? And you'll have a funny little secret. You'll be smiling and nobody will know why. This is hard for a lot of people. But once every few months, if you have the time, call in sick. Go out to a movie. Stay home, stay in bed. Go to a bookstore, go to a play. Just go window shopping. We are allowed to have a day for ourselves in the middle of rough work schedules. It takes us away from the stress. It gives us a break to renew and refresh. We have a little bit of fun being sneaky by not going into the office. And that boosts our morale and our fun and our pleasure. It's vital to our health to change things up once in a while, to be a little naughty once in a while, like skipping work. It's vital that we switch up our routine so we don't get into the rut. We don't want the apathy. We don't want the negative thoughts. We want fun and pleasure. And we are now going to actively seek it in every situation. Even when we have the flu, all you can do is sit and laugh because what can you do? Put on some funky jammies, put on mismatched socks, wrap yourself in a baby blanket, whatever comforts you and makes it a little bit more pleasant to be ill. So this week, I'll have all sorts of little things for you to do to bring joy and pleasure and some fun. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.